Yo, what is up guys? This is Pedro here, and in today's video I will be giving you guys my week 4 preview for the Washington football team versus the Baltimore Ravens. First, I'll give you guys a very important injury update for the Washington football team and also the Baltimore Ravens, which is important because Terry Mclaurin landed on that list today. I will also be giving you guys my keys to victory and my final score predictions. So if you guys are new, subscribe for Washington and NFL content. So let's get right into the video. So the first thing is, like I said, we're going to talk about the injuries, and there's a lot of injuries today, and especially some significant ones. So the players that did not practice: Chase Young and Steven Sims. Both of them did not practice. Cole Holcomb, Morgan Moses, Terry Mclaurin were all limited, and Ryan Anderson, Dontrell Inman, and Ryan Kerrigan, and Sadiq Charles were all practicing fully. So that's good that Dontrell Inman is healthy, and Sadiq Charles, and then Kerrigan and Ryan Anderson. We expected them to be back. Morgan Moses was limited, but again, that is good, and it is a hip injury. They had it wrong on the injury report yesterday as a groin injury. And then the big one, obviously, we know Chase Young is going to be out, or most likely going to be out, but Terry Mclaurin, he landed on that. That's a thigh injury. That is something that, he was limited, so he's still, kind of practice. I do expect him to play there. He's going to be on the injury report for today. We'll see. If he doesn't practice tomorrow at all, then that is a concern. But if he's limited again, or if he practices fully, then I fully expect him to play against the Baltimore Ravens. But really, if he's not playing, you guys already know that that's going to kill our offense. Our offense is going to have a very hard time scoring the ball, especially also if Steven Sims is out. He's been battling a toe injury. He was out, or he played last week against the Browns, but he was banged up. So yeah, that's the injury report for us. Main guys on there: Chase Young, Steven Sims, Morgan Moses, and Terry Mclaurin. And Cole Holcomb kind of progressed a little bit, and he is limited. Now to the Ravens, don't have as many, but Ronnie Stanley, their star left tackle, he is out, or he did not practice today, so that's something to monitor. Montez Sweat or Ryan Kerrigan, whoever he's on their side, I think that's Ryan Kerrigan, will have a pretty nice day if it is their backup tackle. Derek Wolfe is a pretty good defensive end. He's out. And then Brandon Williams, likely not injury related. So that is it right there for the injury update. Nothing too huge. Hopefully Terry McLaurin's injury is nothing that concerning. I think thigh injuries, he's just a little bit banged up. He should be able to go. So now on to the key to victories, or at least key to keeping the game somewhat close, because it's going to be very hard to win this game. So the first thing is, we have to limit the turnovers. We don't necessarily have to win the turnover battle, but at least keep it close, 1-1 or something like that. I want to read this stat right here. So it shows like the ranking of QBR, and Haskins is down there. He's not last, but the thing that's really important is Kirk Cousins is ranked 30th and has the highest percentage rate in the league, and the Vikings are 0-3. So there is a correlation with turnovers and how bad your team performs. You cannot win in the NFL with 5 turnovers. You just can't. Haskins had 3 interceptions, all 100% on him. He also had a fumble. Did they put him in great situations on those plays? No, they didn't. We got, it was some very bad calls on us, that they called us on a holding penalty and an offensive pass interference, but Haskins has to make better throws. And if he can play kind of like he did in that first and second game, not play amazing, but not turn the ball over a ton, I think that'll help us out a ton and possibly keep the game a little bit closer than we expected. So that's the first one. That's the most important thing. We have to limit the turnovers. The only game that we won the turnover battle was week 1, and we won that game. So to try to do that again. So the second thing is, we have to lean on the run game. Get Haskins going get the ball going on offense. We can't start out going 3 and out like we did in week 1 and week 2. Get Haskins confident, he's seeing the ball moving, and then possibly get him involved in the pass game. But our running backs have been doing pretty good. Antonio Gibson is averaging 4.52 yards per carry. He had about 5.1, I think, yards per carry. Last game might have been 5.2. And then J.D. McKissic's also really good too. He gets a lot of yards per run. He has a lot. He's very elusive, and he also can be used in the pass game. So I think we gotta get the running backs more touches, but especially more carries. I do not like Antonio Gibson only getting 9 carries. That's what he got last week. I want to see at minimum 10, but I want to see him get a 15-yard or 15 carry game. He's going to progress, and it's going to be slowly, but I think by the end of the season, he's going to get a bunch of, not a bunch, but a few 100-yard games, and that's going to come with him developing, but also getting more carries. He's among qualified running backs, is 4th in PFF rush grade. That's pretty good out of all running backs, and he's tied with Josh Jacobs for number 1 among running backs in broken tackles. So just get him the ball, him and J.D. McKissic. Make sure we are getting him the ball. And I think Scott Turner, he did a better job in play calling in week 3, but I still want to see the running backs getting a little bit more carries. So that is the second key to victory. The next one is you gotta make sure you contain Lamar in the run game. Gotta get some pressure on him, but you don't want to get too much pressure, because if everyone collapses and they try to go for the sack instead of containing him, then you know what he's going to do. He's going to run out of the pocket and just get a bunch of yards. That's what he does every time. I think the Chiefs did good at blitzing him. They got a lot of good pressure on him. They had a lot of guys on him, or pressuring him, blitzing him, so that if one guy missed, there was a guy right there to get him. And I think they forced a couple fumbles, got a few sacks. They did a really good job against him. And obviously, their defense overall is probably a little bit better than ours. They've got a good D-line, but they also have some decent linebackers and secondary. I'm talking about the Chiefs, not the Ravens. So, we'll see what happens, but we're missing Chase Young, most likely, so that's going to be a big hit. But just try to contain Lamar, and, don't let him. They get so many designed runs for Lamar. Just try to limit it to under 60 yards. That would be pretty good in my opinion. I think he got 83 rushing yards against the Chiefs, 97 passing yards. We know that 97 passing yards isn't going to happen again. So the next thing is contain Mark Andrews. I think in general, we don't do a very good job covering tight ends, and it could have been a thing with the old defensive coordinator with Greg Minuski. It's still yet to be seen with Jack Del Rio, but we have to contain Mark Andrews, in my opinion. He's a very good tight end. Did not have a good game against the Kansas City Chiefs, but he's a really good tight end. Definitely top 10. Some people say top 5. I'm not sure, but we got to contain him. He had a couple of drops against the Chiefs, one in the end zone, so we'll see how he does against us, but we have to make sure we have someone that's a capable guy in coverage covering him. We don't want, a linebacker would be okay, but we want someone who's good in coverage. Kevin Pierre-Louis isn't the best in coverage. He's better at tackling. Same with John Bostic. So I'm going to be interested to see who covers him. Sean Dion Hamilton might be able to, but he hasn't gotten a lot of playing time. So that is the fourth key to victory. The next one, and I'll make this one quick, feed Terry McLaurin the ball. Get him the ball. We really, really need to feed him more. He had 8 targets last game, or something around that. He needs to have more targets. He is our best receiver, and it's not even close. Even like DeAndre Hopkins, he's getting way more targets than Terry, and their receiving core around him is way better than ours. So we got to get Terry McLaurin the ball more, and, get Steven Sims the ball more if he is healthy. And I want to keep seeing Isaiah Wright getting involved in the pass game, a lot of screens, give him some slant routes. And then also, when it comes to Terry McLaurin, I want to see them get him some shots down the field. Haskins hasn't necessarily thrown it there, but there's been a couple times where he's been open, but I want to see more designed plays with Terry McLaurin, maybe going on a vertical route, or just, getting him the ball down the field more. I think he needs that, and because a lot of the throws and, play designs have been screen passes, slants, stuff like that. So I want to see him get, a little bit of a longer ball thrown towards him. So those are my 5 keys to victory. So now on to my score prediction. And, let's face it, guys, this is going to be a very tough game. We have a very small chance of winning. And, in the NFL, it's any given Sunday a team can win. But still, guys, my score prediction for this game is 31 to 17, the Baltimore Ravens. You know, maybe if we keep it close, it could be 21-31. But the reason why I think it's going to be 31-17 is because I think they're going to build a big lead on us, and then they're going to start to rest some of their starters and possibly Lamar Jackson, and we'll be able to crawl back in and get it to a 14-point game. That's my opinion right there. But, you know, that's just me. I know some people think we're going to lose by 21, 24, but I think it's going to be in that 10 to 20 point range, in that range right there. So let me know what you guys think about the keys to victory, the injury report, and the score prediction. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Excited to see how our team rebounds from week 3 against the Browns, and hopefully Haskins plays a little bit better. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you guys are new. Turn on those post notifications so you never miss a video, and peace.